Well, friends, I hope that this series is off to a compelling start for you as we lean in as a community to who we are and what we believe. One of the things that is central is this little covenant called the Apostles' Creed. It's an ancient way of saying these are the things that we are going to choose to hold together. We are going to have allegiance to this story. And that's the first thing I want you to consider about the Creed. It's a story. It's a way in which we see ourselves in the world and what we are rooted to, that nothing can move us from all of these confessions. And the first one goes like this, that we believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. We believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, which raises all sorts of questions that we brought up from Sunday. As you go into your groups or as you think about personal reflection this week, I want you to be thinking about a few things. Here's one question to be thinking about. What does it mean that God is Father? Is that something that's important to us still? Should we even think about it in those terms? What does it mean that God is Father? Does that have significance to you? Is that hard because you think about your own earthly father? Is it easy because you think about your earthly father? Is it helpful in any way? What does it mean that God is Father? Something else, if God is the maker, is God still involved in creation? Did God just make the world and sort of walk away? Why or why not? Do you think God is still intricately involved in the life of the world today? As the maker, is he also still a part of the story? Another question to think about is, do you ever struggle to believe that God is in control? If God is the maker of all things and is all powerful, then why is so much in the world not as it should be? Is that a genuine struggle for you? Is that something that's helpful to talk about? Because sometimes it's hard through certain events culturally or on the news or happening in the world to think, yeah, the one who made the world is still involved. How do you explain that to your neighbors? How do you explain that to yourself? So that's a good launch point for where you are this week to really process some of those questions. What does it mean that God's Father? If God is the maker, is God still involved in the world? And also, where do you struggle to sometimes believe that God is still involved in the world because these sorts of things are happening? I hope that you have a great time in your group or a great time with the Lord this week in your personal life. And I look forward to seeing you next week as we move into the Apostles' Creed.